It's good, everyone. Welcome to Let's Talk Education with School Advocacy. My name is Awoni Babatunde Augustine. For the past few weeks, we've been discussing the topic learning styles, and on the previous video, we classified learning styles using the Neil Fleming model with the acronym VARK, V-A-R-K. And we said V stands for visual, A stands for auditory, R stands for reading and writing, then K stands for kinesthetic. But on today's program, we'll be defining the visual learner, and certain characteristics of the visual learner. So what is the visual learning style? It's a learning style whereby information, data, concept, ideas related to learning are associated with images or pictures to elicit better understanding on the part of the learner. So a visual learner is a type of learner that prefers or that learns by seeing. A visual learner learns by seeing. I'll take that again. A visual learner learns by what they see. They would prefer to see images, they would prefer to see pictures, they would prefer to see charts in order to elicit learning or for better understanding, and it helps them to remember that thing better. So when you see a visual learner in class, whatever you're teaching them, they would like to visualize it. They would like to see whatever you're teaching them associated with an image, associated with a picture for better understanding. Like I said, a visual learner learns by seeing. They like images, they like pictures, they like diagrams, they like charts. They like colorful things. They also like taking notes, and when you see them take notes, you'll find out they underline a lot of things. They like using concept mapping. For example, if you're teaching them civic education, they could draw civic education, circle it, create different charts, and start giving them types of these, features of this on different angles, using concept mapping to draw out whatever you're teaching them. So what are the characteristics of a visual learner? Number one is that they see to learn. They want to see pictures, they want to see images to learn. So for example, if you want to teach a child or a visual learner what Ludo is all about, or what a Ludo game looks like, there is no need for a lengthy description. You could just help yourself by providing them with what it looks like. Pardon me, please. For example, you could just provide them with what it looks like. This is what a Ludo looks like. With this provided, they picture every part of it. Should I tell that again? They will picture every part of it. And when you ask them, what does a Ludo look like? Because of their capacity and their capability when it comes to learning by seeing, they will tell you everything because the image is stored in their head or the image is stored in their brain. So they will find it very easy to describe what the Ludo looks like than when you just tell them about it without a picture. So like I said earlier, visual learners learn by seeing, which is one of the most important characteristics of the visual learner. Second, they like images. They like to see pictures, they like to see diagrams, they like to see charts because this helps them to learn better. Thirdly, they take notes in class, and I'll give you a pattern to which they like to take notes. They love to take notes in class, but while taking notes, you see them using circles or see them using highlighting pens to strike out important concepts or important information in the notes. So while they are reading, they are using the circle to form an image for themselves. And you see them during exam, when you ask them a question, it appears as if the note is opened right in front of them. You'll find out, so I fall in such categories because I can remember taking some political science courses and I used a lot of circles, a lot of highlighting pen. And whenever I'm answering a question in the examination hall, it appears as if the note is opened right in front of me. The picture of the note appears in front of me and I can see those circles, those highlighting pen. So they would like to use colors to help them, turn their notes into images. Are we following? Then finally, I would like to say this part as a characteristics so that you can help teachers to fine-tune their instructional delivery or their lesson presentation. Visual learners could be easily distracted, and they could, to some reasonable extent, get bored by too much talking. For example, you want to describe something to them and you keep talking for 45 minutes, they could get bored. And to some extent, you see they lose concentration in class. But when those concepts or information or ideas are associated with images, you find out they keep their eyes glued on it. And you find out sometimes when you give them a textbook or a particular textbook, they are always rushing to where there are images in that textbook. And you find out they love to draw a lot. Visual learners love to draw a lot. Whatever they are teaching, they are turning it into drawing, they're turning it into charts, they're turning it into pictures, because they believe their capacity or their capability is in what they see. So, as a teacher, you must understand how to match this uniqueness in a child, which is why we're actually doing this, which is why we're doing these videos. And finally, like I said, they struggle with too much talks, too much lecture method style of lesson presentation. They would prefer that images are associated with the concept they want to learn or you want them to learn. So like I said, in simple terms, a visual learner is a learner that learns by seeing. They learn by seeing. They love to see things because whatever they see, there is every possibility that they would not forget that thing. So we must take note of these characteristics, like I've said. Number one, they see to learn, they like images, they take notes. Like I said, they struggle. They could be distracted or they could lose concentration when the learning or the lesson presentation is more lecture than using pictures or instructional aid. And finally, they love to draw. They love to draw whatever you're teaching them, or they would like to concept map what you're teaching. Concept map could mean whatever you're teaching, they are using circles, they're using tables to draw those things. When you say types of these, they don't just write it down, they put it in a table, types, they write it there, draw another arrow to link it to something else, put the arrow down to link it to another thing. So on the next program, we were looking at it from the student perspective. What are the learning tips for you as a student who is a visual learner? And the subsequent one, we'll look at it from the teacher's perspective. What do you do as a teacher to make your teaching or your lesson presentation match a visual learner? So thanks for joining again. My name remains Awonibawatunde Augustine. Like I said, a visual learner in simple terms is a learner that likes to see things to learn. So you must associate information, concept, data, or ideas. Associate them with pictures or images, colors, charts, diagrams. It aids learning. It aids them to learn better and remember things. Thanks for joining. My name remains Awonibawatunde Augustine.